And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary's Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go see our good friends at Hail Mary's. They're located in Cheviot. They're right on Harrison Avenue, so they're inside the Dora District. You can go from bar to bar with your drinks, but really no need for that. You can just hang out at Hail Mary's. They'll get you taken care of. Great place Friday night if you can't make it downtown, or Saturday if you can't make it to Nippert Stadium. They've got 27 TVs. They've got a 9-screen video wall. They've got the DirecTV Sports package, so you can watch all the games. And of course, Cincinnati Sports always on the video wall. Brand new walk-in coolers, brand new draft lines, and ice cold Cincy Light in 32.8 degree frosted glasses. All right, Aaron, let's get to it. It is. Are you? Do I have to give any pep talks tonight? Are you doing a little better than last night?
We'll see. I still feel like garbage. I don't normally bust the glasses out, but contacts were not happening today. So we'll see what I can do through this episode.
You look a little better than you sound.
I definitely feel like I sound worse than I feel. I feel slightly better today, but this is stupid.
Yeah, I was there last week, so I feel you. Let's go ahead and get the 3 keys for the Bearcats and BYU Saturday night.
All right. My first key, win the coin toss. Then you might be able to do something a little different this week that you haven't been able to do. And, I don't know, maybe start the ball in the second half. Start with the ball in the second half. That's a crazy notion for this team.
Yeah, but they don't control that. BYU calls the toss. Like they have absolutely no control over the coin toss.
Call the witch doctor. Call John Smith himself. I don't really know what you do to try and win this coin toss, but you got to figure out how to win this coin toss.
Okay. Pay off the ref.
It's like free throw defense. You got to figure out how to get better at that too. So more plays means more Joe. We have all been begging all season long, it seems, for Joe Royer to have more touches. And Brendan Sorsby says that if they get more first downs, they get more plays, the ball will find Joe Royer. Well, prove yourself right. Get more plays. Get Joe Royer the ball more. I think this is maybe a little crazy. If you get Joe Royer the ball more, you might actually find more plays. So tomato, who knows? But
let's see some first down Joe Royer. Like first down, get Joe Royer the ball right away.
Well, I can remember a couple different times this season, last season, where he fights for, he's a big dude. He's not an easy one to bring down. So he fights for the first. He'll hurdle a guy. We've seen that several times through his career. We've seen him break tackles and stuff. Just figure it out. We 2 more games left. This is his senior night too. Get him the damn ball.
Yeah.
Find the inches. We heard Jack Dingle talking about finding the inches. I feel like it might not have been the first time he had to say that. But you gotta make the plays. You've got to when you have an opportunity like Christian Harrison did, you've got to figure out how to either catch that ball or knock it down. You cannot in any way, shape, or form let the guy behind you come up with that ball. It's crazy to me that happened. So you've got to find the inches in this game. I think when Jack talked about that this game is a game of inches, look, there's not a ton of separation between these 2 teams when it all shakes down to the bare studs of it all. So I think that if the Bearcats are to win this game, they're going to have to find the inches. And on senior night, I hope that this team is able to do what it takes to find those inches to win this game.
Man, that Harrison play, like you talk about a game changer. Perfect position, read the play perfectly.
Yeah.
If you knock it down, it's 4th down. They have to punt. It stays a 3-point game. You should have got decent field position, and you only need a field goal to tie. And somehow the pass gets through, and it allows them to march down the field, chew a bunch of time off the clock, and you end up losing the game. Yeah, I mean, that was that play sums up that Arizona game.
I agree.
Right there. Right there. Hand completely in position to knock the ball. We were standing there next to each other, and when he caught it and took off running, we were both like, How?
We both had to watch the replay to even figure out how that even happened.
Yeah, I mean, I was reacting to, okay, got a third down stop. Like, now they got a punt. What's the yardage going to look like? Like, where are they going to get the ball? How much time's left? And somehow he just poof, and he's running down the sideline.
And we've talked about that. You have to create your own luck. Like that's one of those situations where you have to create your own luck. And in that situation, you let luck slip right through your hands.
Well, and again, another play, I had Keegan on the radio today, and he's like, the Noah Jennings play, the guy from Arizona just made a great play on the ball. Okay, well, Noah Jennings had the ball in his hands. Be stronger than the guy swatting down at the ball and make the catch. You're allowed to do that. Like, you're allowed, if the other team hits you, you're allowed to hold on to the ball.
And it's hard to be really critical of Noah Jennings. He's had big plays this season.
Sure, but on that play, you got to make that catch.
That is a situation.
Yeah, both hands on the ball. Got to make the catch. Last week it was Starlight, first star I see tonight. Can somebody other than Jake Golday be great on Saturday night?
I wish I might get a win at Nip at Night.
Right. There you go. Can Dante Corleone have one of those vintage Dante Corleone games that we haven't seen this season where he's just in the backfield all night long? Brendan Sorsby, Cyrus Allen with a couple touchdown catches, whatever it needs to be. The Stars have to be great. They have to embrace Nip at Night, embrace the crowd, embrace the atmosphere, and go do the damn thing. Be the best players on the field and get your team a critical victory. BYU is a lot like Utah in that they want to get out to a little bit of a lead, and then they just want to lean on you. They want to run the ball. They want to blitz you on defense. They want to force you to be uncomfortable. They want to force the action. And the only way you can really keep them from doing that is to get out to a 10, 14-point lead and then make them be what they're not. Make Bear Bachmeier, who I think is good now and going to be even better going forward, make him uncomfortable in a night environment in your stadium with a rowdy crowd. Like, make him be the one.
Like a freshman?
Make him be if they're going to win, great. He's got to do it playing from behind and having to make big plays over and over and again. And if he does, you tip your cap and you say, good day, sir. But make him do it. Make him earn it. Hasn't been enough of that the last 2 weeks. And then find a turnover. I don't care where you find it. You find it on special teams. You find it on a fumble. I don't care. You go over to their sideline. You steal the ball out of the ball bag. And you just start running out into the field with it. Holding it up high, like, I got the ball. They're not going to win with 0 turnovers. Like, that's one of the biggest things for me. If it is at 0 again for another game, BYU wins. Flat out. BYU wins. If Cincinnati can't find a turnover or two, BYU's defense is good enough that they're probably going to get one. And if Cincinnati can't come out and find 1 or 2, it is a bad, bad omen for Saturday night.
You talk about finding a turnover. Last week, we only saw Arizona go for it on 4th down 1 time, as opposed to all of our other opponents seems have gone 3, 4, 6. Just
They tried to kick a lot of field goals. They didn't make a lot of field goals, but they tried to kick a lot of field goals.
I guess what I'm getting at is that I think that can count as a turnover as well. Like if you can get that stop, that's big enough. Rather than letting them continue to march down the field, which we've seen all too often.
Yeah, I just get the ball. Like the defense has not been bad. They've not been great. Like I'm not gaslighting you that this defense has been really good, but they also have not been as bad as some people have made it out to be. But they're not turning the other team over. They're not stopping those drives with sudden change. And that's a big thing. Like just 1-2 drives a game where all of a sudden you've got the ball at midfield or you've got the ball in plus territory and you've got a chance to do exactly what Arizona did at the beginning of the last game. First play, they get a turnover. Their second play from scrimmage, the guy's running 27 yards into the end zone. Where's that been for Cincinnati?
What I was going to ask you is, can you name more than 3 to 5 defensive plays of the entire season?
Not really. No.
That's the kind of season it's been for the defense. I don't know that I can even call it good. I think we're looking at average at best.
Yeah, they've been average. And I think even just with the yards they've given up and the way that they've looked, if you add 4 or 5 turnovers into that, just 4 or 5 extra turnovers into that, we're thinking differently about the way that this defense is played.
And then you're looking between, I don't know, 7 and 10 plays that you could name.
Right. Real quick before we get out of here, if UC is to beat Louisville on Friday night at Heritage Bank Center, the headline will be Cincinnati does what? We don't need 3 keys for this, but what does Cincinnati need to do to beat Louisville?
And I'm trying not to get too in the weeds on this, but I think that it's going to have to be, for it to be a headline, it's not going to be defense, because I don't know that anybody's reading that defense stopped Louisville, and potentially it could be.
I'll slightly disagree there, because I want to see what happens when Louisville's not able to just score 100, right? Even if you hold them to 80, like how does that impact?
Significant for them.
Sure. How does that impact the way that they play the game when they're not just racing up and down the floor, shooting threes and throwing down dunks?
Well, and I guess that's what I'm getting at is I think to win this game, Cincinnati's going to have to beat Louisville at their own game. I think that's what the headline reads, is you had to do what they do better than them.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be shooting the 3. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to keep up with Louisville shooting 22% from 3. And I don't think it has to be 45, 50%, something crazy, but you're going to need to be 38 to 42%, because we know they're going to take a decent number of them. You've got to be able to shoot it well and shoot it pretty well consistently throughout the game, or you're just not going to be able to keep up with, even if they only score 80, right? Mm-hmm. You're still going to need a bunch of those shots to just keep pace so they don't do what they did to Kentucky. And you look up at the under 4 timeout in the first half, and Louisville's up by 17. So they're going to have to shoot it well, and that's a tall task with the backdrops and brand new rims at Heritage Bank.
Well, even if you hold Louisville to 80, there's only been one game thus far that Cincinnati scored over 80 themselves, and that's against Western Carolina. 74 against Georgia State, 74 against Dayton, 72 against Mount St. Mary's. That average is far closer to that 72-74 than it is to anything over.
Yeah, and Louisville's only not scored 100 once, and they scored 96.
Right. They're averaging 103.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, there you go. We will. It's going to be a big couple days. We will see you tomorrow night, Friday night, for the aftermath, and then again on Saturday as well. That's the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.